Hey there Sagittarius, welcome to your weekly tarot reading. This one is for September 18th to the 24th. So let's jump in and see what's on the cards. Before I do though, if you wouldn't mind doing me a small favour and hitting the like button, you may also want to subscribe if you want to see more of these readings and more of this content coming. Like, it makes the biggest difference. So I'd be so grateful for that. Now, if at any time you'd like a personal reading, you'll find the first link down below to my website. You can check those out. I have a freebie, free Learn Tarot Quick Guide linked below if you'd like to get started reading the cards and interpreting them for yourselves. Or my paid, more immersive online tarot course is called The Initiation. Now, in that one you'll learn a full foundation in tarot plus my personal signature reading process. So that is down there for you. And that will give you what you need to do full readings for yourself, family and friends, and maybe even paid readings. There's also my karmic community, that is my email newsletter, and my Instagram, which I'm very active on. Okay, Saggy, I'm starting this reading with an oracle card. Yes, end of a tough cycle approaches. This is the full moon in Capricorn card. Now, the Capricorn energy for me is very earthly. It's to do with our assets, our money, business, resources, sometimes our home that we live in. Okay, now maybe you've had a tough cycle in one of those areas, like maybe you've been in a rental and it's, you know, been sold underneath you, or your rent's gone up with a, you know, a home that you might own, mortgage going up or needing to sell for some reason. With our money, there could have been, you know, obviously there's been so much change in the world. We're in a cost of living crisis. There could have been a tough cycle there as well. Yeah, or maybe with business and work. We'll see where this goes. But the end of the cycle approaches, full moon energy coming to completion, coming to conclusion. All right, well, I've got just the major arcana here, and we'll see which one you are working with. And I have the sun. Okay, I love that too, because this is the sort of brightest, most positive energy in the tarot. And it says that you can overcome this obstacle, this block, this hurdle, whatever it has been to do with where you didn't feel, you know, in your power. That Capricorn energy links to the devil, where we feel powerless to overcome something, to overcome an obstacle. But the sun brings healing, it brings balance and rebirth, it brings new growth, it illuminates the path ahead, okay? And it is Leo energy as well. Hugely positive energy. It's like light at the end of the tunnel. End of a tough cycle approaches. You know, that's a lovely message right there. Okay, Saggy, I will draw you 4 cards from the Rider-Waite. We'll clarify as we read them. So, situation, 10 of Wands. That is the end of a huge weight on your shoulders, a burden or a challenge. Yeah, completion energy, the number 10s. Blocks, obstacles or challenges. I've got the 5 of Cups. So this could come, you know, there could have been some disappointment along the way, or there might be even some disappointment in the ending because you also have to release something. Okay, let's get the advice for you. 7 of Pentacles. Okay, and outcome for you. 5 of Swords with Temperance. That is your energy, Sagittarius. So yeah, I've got a really strong message here of, you know, knowing when it's time to stop fighting for something here that maybe you're trying to keep, retain, or, you know, make work, when really the 10 of Wands is the energy of release or letting go, because it feels like otherwise the cycle is going to perpetuate. So I've got the 10 of Wands and the Page of Wands here in the situational energy. And as I've just mentioned, the 10 of Wands is a heavy energy, right? I have to work extremely hard to keep the situation going, or whatever it is. It's really taking a lot of physical energy, which might be leading to burnout in some way, or just the stress of it. You know, that can really have such a big effect mentally and physically. Now, the Page of Wands here is interesting because it's actually a card of good news. Now, I actually feel that initially this is going to feel like a disappointment, but when you look back, Sagittarius, you're going to figure out and really acknowledge that this is all worked out exactly as it has meant to, okay? I also feel that, you know, if there is something here that you're needing to release, if it's a home or a job, or, you know, it would be different for all of you, something to do with a financial investment, something like that, then the Page of Wands could be that if you're needing to move on to something else, like find somewhere else to live or a new opportunity, that there would be good news for that. There's new growth coming in. There's like a new adventure starting. But I feel that the first point is to, you know, make a tough decision to end where you are now. And that might not be your decision. Because with the Five of Cups here in the challenge, this is the energy of mourning a loss. It can be grief here, or just really, you know, big disappointment. I wish this had worked. I put so much of my blood, sweat and tears, time, effort and energy into this. Sometimes it's either not meant to be, or sometimes it's just the end of the cycle, and it's been a tough one. So yes, there could be some grief here for what you've had to let go, but there's also this beautiful energy of relief as well. Alright, clarifying the Five of Cups. Yeah, Hanged Man. So the Hanged Man is actually called perspective in this tarot deck, and it's asking you to reframe this, Sagittarius. You know, this is happening for you, not to you, because it's really happening to shift you into brighter times. And it's funny, I was looking at a quote on Instagram yesterday that said, I had to make you uncomfortable because you wouldn't move on your own, the universe. So sometimes the universe creates circumstances or situations, often called tower moments, to make us so uncomfortable that we have no option than to move on. Otherwise it will be like carrying those 10 of Wands, you know, all the time, and eventually we will burn out. So I really feel that this is what this is. It's a bit of a divine hand, divine intervention energy. Now I also want to say with the Hanged Man in the challenge position, Sagittarius, is that again this can be the energy of holding on, as is, I feel, the Five of Swords is continuing to fight the battle, right? But we know that there's no real winners in that, and it's really about knowing when it is time to surrender, walk away. Otherwise we have an escalation of energy, right? When it comes, I know we don't have the Tower here yet, but that's what I'm feeling into. And the Tower is really the universe creating, like I said, that false rock bottom through making you feel, you know, really uncomfortable, or, you know, make something very unsustainable. And if we keep fighting, then the universe will up the ante even more. The thing about the Hanged Man is that it really feels like life is on pause until there's a release, because this is the energy that comes before the Death card in the sequence of the major arcana, meaning what we really need to come to terms with is that we actually do need to walk away here. And there is like a grieving process that goes all the way from maybe denial to depression, sadness, anger, to acceptance. So we have acceptance that is required, and then maybe even forgiveness, like forgiveness of yourself or forgiveness of other parties, can be very healing as well. Now the Seven of Pentacles in your advice is saying, look, it's time to, that was Seven of Pentacles again, it's time to reevaluate. It's time to reevaluate because this equation hasn't added up for some time, right? You've been putting in your blood, sweat and tears, but you haven't really been getting anywhere. You know, it's been like spinning your wheels. So the Seven of Pentacles says, okay, well, let's not do that again. Let's start looking for new opportunities that feel more in flow, that feel like they can give you growth, and that's where you really want to be investing your time. And I think there is in the next chapter, things will be different. Things will be different, but you needed to go through this experience, Sagittarius. Now the Queen of Wands is here. Now this could be your energy here, Saggy, coming through, and it's really saying stay determined to move on to the new. She links to the Ace of Wands, and so does the Page of Wands. So it's like good news, growth, new opportunities, getting back your energy, getting back your fire, getting back your passion. But it does start with this reevaluation, or like I said, for some of you, this has been out of your control anyway. And look, maybe there has been some push or some, you know, fighting back. But again, I feel that you know, that's not going to lead to a win, or if it does, it comes at a great personal cost, and you'll end up, you know, going around for a bit more in the situation, coming back to the Ten of Wands and needing to release it anyway. So what else do we have to clarify that one? I've got another, like, well, Aries energy. Sometimes the Queen of Wands can be Aries, and I'm just chalking it up as this energy here where we need to take the mature action of the Emperor. That's the major arcana of Aries. It says, get your eyes back on the prize, Sagittarius, you know, what you really wanted to create here. And, you know, that being in the Ten of Wands is almost like a wasting your vital energy, right? Now, the Emperor says that you can rebuild your empire here. You can lay a firm foundation, but sometimes we need to protect ourselves from situations that are slowly draining our energetic resources and make a new, you know, calculated or strategic decision here. You might be dealing with some kind of company or authority, somebody who has a position of influence here with the Emperor. But the end of the reading holds your major arcana, Sagittarius, and I'm very pleased to see this because it's healing, it's balance, it is new sun energy rising. Obviously the link to the sun saying that, you know, things will be okay, and there's divine protection here working in your favor. So it often talks about orchestration of circumstances, and we've sort of spoken about that. And yes, it feels at the moment really unfair, but it's only looking back that we can see how the universe has shifted and guided us. And I've been thinking back lately to that Stanford University speech that Steve Jobs did. I don't know if you've seen it or not, but it was really, really good. And he basically said you can only join the dots when you look back, right? So at the time you don't really have the understanding of why things are happening, but later on when you look back from the place that you are, from the reality you're in, you can see how everything has conspired to lead you here, right? So that's what I feel. You'll be able to look back at this and go, you know what, I'm in this place of positivity and growth because of being released from that situation, and you'll be thankful for it. So there is an element of divine protection and divine guidance and, you know, like a bit of a divine hand that is at work in your life, bringing about this shift for you, Sagittarius. So I'm going to leave it there, and I hope you enjoyed this message. If you would like to tune into your specific circumstances, a personal link can, not a personal link, a personal reading can be accessed from the link below. How about that? What else? Yeah, so please do like, share, comment, hit subscribe on your way out. That would be really great, and I'll just wish you all the love and magic for now, Saggy. Do take care. Bye for now.